Families of some Americans missing in Israel are turning to the media to help spread the message and bring their loved ones home. During an emotional press conference earlier in Tel Aviv, several families described the harrowing stories of the moment they realized their sons and mothers were kidnapped by Hamas.
Please do not think of us only as a headline. We're more than that.
Both my brother and my sister were on the call with her as the terrorist barged into her home, and we heard a little bit of screaming, and that was our last contact with her.
Sagi is exactly the kind of son that every father would want to have. He and many other such young men on the kibbutz are now missing after having tried to repulse the attack by evidently hundreds of Hamas terrorists and looters. Many died in the process. Sagi was not found, and we have heard or seen no trace of him since then.
NewsNation's Robert Sherman joins us live from Israel. Robert, clearly many of these American families fear that their missing loved ones have now been taken hostage.
Such a heartbreaking press conference to hear, Elizabeth. And it's one thing when you hear these numbers, the death toll, over 1,000 people dead, dozens been taken hostage. Those numbers are already gut-wrenching enough. But to hear the way that these faces and names were put to some of those numbers as well, and to hear the stories that some of these families are telling as they talk about their loved ones and the moment that they learned that their loved ones would not be coming home that day, the moment that they learned that their loved ones were in trouble. This particular one from a woman, Rachel Goldberg, telling the story when she learned that her son was in a very dangerous position. Take a listen to this.
There were two texts in a row from Hirsch at 8:11. The first one said, "I love you," and immediately at 8:11 also it said, "I'm sorry." And so I knew immediately, wherever he was, it was a terrible situation. I took it to mean, I love you and I'm sorry, because whatever is going to happen is going to cause you tremendous pain and worry.
Unthinkable positions for all these families to be in, Elizabeth, and those are just a few of the families who are mourning here in Israel today. Again, 1,000 people dead, dozens missing, unaccounted for, taken hostage. Those stories just the tip of the iceberg here.
And Robert, those families at the news conference today were pretty clear that they want the Biden administration to bring their loved ones home. They do not want to rely on the Israeli government to do that.
Well, they definitely put more of an emphasis on the United States, saying that because they are United States citizens, they believe that it is responsibility of the United States government to be there for them. That was a sentiment that we heard from this press conference. I want you to hear it in their own words, though. Have a listen.
All we ask from the Biden administration and the Secretary of State, Blinken, is to act to the immediate release of all hostages. And remember that the U.S. government has direct responsibility to the lives of the U.S. citizens that are held hostage by these terrorists.
These families want to see their loved ones again, want them to come home any way possible, pleading with the U.S. government and President Biden to do something to bring them home. Elizabeth?
Yeah, at this point, there doesn't appear to be a lot that can be done. All right. Oh, the heartache of those families. Robert Sherman reporting live from Tel Aviv. Thank you. Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.